Hello, I'm Bunnery.
I'm Brett Mower,
and this is
IFXtra.
So how is everyone this week? Are we all doing okay? Have you got any spring where you are? We've got rain here. Nothing but rain. Puddles. Potholes.
Sounds like spring.
Cold. We've still got the heating coming on, haven't we? It's crazy. Anyway, we've been promised a heat wave in the next few weeks, so 3-week heat wave. That'd be cool.
The worst thing about this is, so I made this new loft space and stashed loads of stuff in it, like our aircon unit, but it's right at the back. So if it does get really hot, I got to pull everything out of the loft.
Should have thought ahead and kept it in the front.
Yes. Never mind.
Anyway, what have you been up to this week work-wise? Have you managed to do any interference?
Well, I mean, so I've been doing client stuff because, you know, we've got to do the client stuff because it pays for all of this. But yes, done a bit of interference. And it's not particularly exciting stuff. I've been doing sort of routes and controllers for other bits. So this is kind of like when you stick in a URL for something, I don't know, playinterference.com/forums or whatever, the bit that takes that figures out what page we're dealing with and then grabs all the components for that and assembles it and things like that. So yeah, it's sort of like core stuff, but it's kind of boring. But
necessary though.
Yeah. So yeah, you know, I'm pleased with that actually. Got quite a bit of stuff done.
Cool.
So yeah.
Coming along.
Yes, it's quite nice to sit down and spend a block of time on it,
exactly.
rather than just trying to sneak bits in here and there. Yeah, so quite pleased with that actually.
Cool. Okay, why don't we go and see who won this week's awards? Picture of the week this week goes to Zimvivi for Flying South. I love this picture of what look like geese flying off south to find the sunshine. That's brilliant. Such a beautiful sky. Well done, Zimvivi.
My favourite description this week was Rorschach ink blot test. Looks like a squatting lady to me, by Coconut. Yeah, it's always interesting how everyone sees different things in these. For example, for me, it's totally a macaroni penguin wearing a bobble hat and a scarf surrounded by 4 swans. Nice work, Coconut.
Community pick of the week this week goes to Masked for cats. I love cats. This is an amazing picture. There are so many different types of cat on here. Beautifully drawn, just in blue. That's amazing. Well done, Masked. Love it. They were amazing.
Awesome stuff there as always.
Now we're going to see what I was talking about last week in the forums. So last week in the forums I said, how do you discover new music? When I was young, you watched Top of the Pops to see what new bands were on, or you listened to the Top 40 to see who'd come in at the bottom.
Did you sit there listening to the radio on Sunday night, recording things?
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Oh, I like this one. Yeah, press go.
Yeah. Making your own sort of mixtape off the radio.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So I said, what do you do now? Well, Mr. Smoke said, now I listen to the same music I did during the Top 40 rundown. That's cool.
Nice.
Except now I use an app called Spotify, and it uses an algorithm to suggest similar songs or podcasts that interest me.
So, I mean, we've only recently gone on to Spotify.
We have, yeah.
Because I used to have like a Groove Music subscription, which is like Microsoft's Spotify thing they used to do. Because everyone's a big nerd, they used to do a thing on the 14th of March, which in America is 3/14, Pi Day, they call it. And they used to do a deal where you could get like a year's worth of the subscription for £3.14, well, $3.14.
That's pretty good, isn't it?
So I was on that for quite a while, but we've recently changed to Spotify. And yeah, you know.
Have you found new things out from that then? Has it suggested new things that you've not heard of before?
No, I mean, my listening is different from normal people in that I'll pick a track and then just listen to it all day on repeat.
That's true.
So, I don't know, sometimes it's Roy Scott, sometimes it's, I don't know, Chemical Brothers, sometimes it's Girls Aloud.
Is it?
Oh yeah, that song Biology. Oh yeah. No, I can listen to that for like 10 hours during a work day. But yeah. So Spotify we're into now. Yeah,
cool. Yeah. Okay, well, MCSC said algorithm recommendations again, but Shazam while I'm out and about. That's quite good, isn't it? Because if you're in a shop or something, or in a restaurant, you think, oh, what's this? This sounds good. And it tell you on Shazam what you listen to.
I used to use Shazam a lot, but my current phone has got like a ambient Shazam thing built into it, so it just constantly recognizes any music. So if you think, oh, what was that thing that when we were at that restaurant on Tuesday or something, you can just scroll back and it's got all of that.
Everything, doesn't it? Yeah.
It reminds me of a time when I was in a restaurant with Goose, Ferret and Crow, and there was like this really catchy song playing, which basically, exactly. We called it the duck song because it sounded like something was quacking in it, and we've never managed to find out what it is. To the extent that Ferret actually emailed the restaurant and asked them if they had details of the soundtrack, and they were like, "We have no idea what you're talking about." But something like that, we could have just gone beep, and it would have worked it out.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm confused by your notes here.
I think maybe favourite artist moves to new subgenre record label. Who else is on that label? Okay, maybe that's from MSC. That might be MCSC.
Right.
A little bit extra at the end, yeah.
Okay. So, it's Zizou says, like Mr. Smoke, I use Spotify. I like how its algorithm suggests songs related to the current playlist.
That's cool.
Cozy Critter saying, I find a lot of new and usually obscure songs on Newgrounds. Oh, Newgrounds.
Never heard of Newgrounds. What's that?
I forgot about Newgrounds.
Is it good?
You remember when Flash games were like really big? Newgrounds was like the place for stuff like that. Okay. But I mean, that was like 20 years ago. I didn't realize Newgrounds was still going. Oh, wow. Oh, sorry, I'm having one of those things where you think the internet's changed loads and then something that you remember from ages ago is still going, and it's like, oh yeah, Newgrounds, cool. Been my main source of freely downloadable music for a while now because I don't use Spotify or have YouTube Premium. Before I used YouTube, I used to bounce from music video to music video, but lately I feel like the algorithm tries its hardest to not make me discover anything new.
Oh, that's a bit weird, isn't it? Yeah.
So something that's not been mentioned there is how I tend to discover new music.
How's that then?
Soundtracks from games.
Yeah, you do, don't you?
We were talking about this the other day. Things like I played Watch Dogs 2, and through that on the in-game soundtrack there was the Polish Ambassador. I listened to one of their tracks on, I think that was probably YouTube or something actually, and then ended up hearing a load of their other stuff, which was quite cool. Or things from like the GTA 5 soundtrack and this and that and whatever. But yeah, game soundtracks. If it's something where they bring in music from other places, you sometimes hear interesting stuff.
Yeah. I'm kind of opposite that. I'm discovering old music because working with older people in the home, I'm playing all kinds of things like Frank Sinatra and all these amazing songs that like you think, oh, they don't write like this anymore. They're really, really well written and really kind of quite literary and stuff. They're quite cool. Yeah,
it's like get a swing going.
Yeah, so I put that on my put that on my Spotify, and then you play all other kinds like from the same era. So. But yeah, it's quite good for my job because I'll know what they're talking about.
You know what else is good though? What? Just talking about classic songs. Yeah. Modern songs sounding classic. Yeah. Puddles the Sad Clown. Oh yeah. Just saying. Yeah. Okay.
Cool. Anyway, why don't we go and see what we'll be talking about next week in the forums?
Tell us a book that you had to read in school. Did you love it or hate it? One I had to do was My Family and Other Animals by Gerald Durrell, a true story of a family that moved from rainy England to the Greek island of Corfu before World War II. Told from Gerald's point of view, he was the youngest of a very eccentric family who fell in love with the animals on the island. I loved it, and I went to Corfu on holiday as a result. I also went to Jersey and visited the zoo that Gerald Durrell set up there for conservation of animals. How about you?
If you'd like to chime in with that, just head over to the general discussion forum. It's the pinned thread for the week, so you'll find it at the top of the thread list.
Cool, and don't forget tomorrow is Zeitgeist Night, a quiz with 5 rounds and 5 different topics.
Yeah, every Sunday night at 7 p.m. UK time over on twitch.tv/interference, we run Zeitgeist, the interference quiz of the week. It's a live interactive quiz stream where you play along against the rest of the audience, competing for points and places on the leaderboard. Each round's based on a drawing from interference. Bunnery picks 5 drawings that catch her eye and then uses them as inspiration for the rounds.
I do.
For example, if we had a drawing of a seagull, we might have things with wings, things that steal your chips, seabirds, seaside resorts, things that unexpectedly appear at the theatre when you're going to watch music. I mean, well, listen to music.
We discovered some old music again, didn't we? Rediscovered some old music.
Yeah, we went to see the Blue Tones the other day.
From the 90s.
Acoustic. And there were all these seagulls around.
Yeah. Because they're in the middle of a play at the moment, so it's just like to do with One Man, Two Governors, is it? Is that what it's called?
Yeah. I sort of associate it with James Corden.
I know, that's what the guy said, isn't it? Yeah, but
kind of puts you off.
Yeah.
In keeping with quiz stuff, I digress.
Okay.
Yeah, five drawings.
Oh yeah, that's right. Would you like to know who they are?
Oh yes.
We've got MCSC, we've mentioned already. Rain, Zinvivi, Sumo Legend, and Gored this time.
Okay, nice.
Pictures, yeah.
I think we might have had stuff from them sort of spread over previous quiz seasons,
but not all together.
Yeah. Like I
This
feel
week
like
they're all together.
we haven't had Sumo Legend for quite a while.
Not for a
MCSC as well, maybe.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So I mean, obviously, it would be awesome if any of them could join us in the quiz.
Yeah.
Because it's always cool if the
artists are there. Yeah. People can comment on the pictures and say how awesome they are.
Because, I mean, let's be honest, the stuff appears, and because we have quiz players who aren't interference players, and they're just like, okay, wow, that is an awesome drawing. It's the first time they've seen it.
Yeah, exactly. Cool, isn't it?
Okay, so that's what's happening tomorrow, but what happened last week?
Last week we had a winner, who was Darth, with 217, followed by Goose in second with 203, and then Salmon MKC with 202. Oh, wow, that's cool.
I mean, that was quite cool because that was Salmon's first quiz in
ages.
I forget what it was. Oh, yeah, it was like 18 months or so. So, yeah, it's always nice when someone, either someone new or someone sort of reappears after a while, and then they just kind of come in and be like, yeah, there we go. I'm just getting in there. Third place.
Got it.
Yeah.
You still got it. Yeah.
Still got it.
Cool. Okay, that's all the news for now. Just goes to say.
Yeah, if you're not really taking part, no, sorry. Have I said the wrong bit there? That's what I say about Zeitgeist, except I don't say that anymore. Go on, set me up again. Okay, that's all. No, wait, that was right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, sorry. I get confused easily. Go on, do it again. So, that's all the news for now. Just goes to say. Yeah, if you're not already taking part in the game, then get involved. You can play on the web at playinterference.com or search for Interference in the App Store on your device and download the app. You can also join the chat with us over on Discord, playinterference.com/Discord. There's all kinds of stuff on there. There's like pictures of cats, pictures of dogs, pictures of food, chat about all kinds of random stuff that's going on. Just all kinds of stuff. It's cool. Or if you were, I say or if you'd like to give us a bit of monthly support for the ongoing maintenance of the game, you can find us over on Patreon at patreon.com/interference, where patrons get supporter status in Interference, so they get access to cool things like replays, games, get a fancy invite system, they get extra game modes, all that kind of stuff. And if you're a quiz player, you get a custom entrance shout out from Ava, which is definitely the best bit. Okay, that's it for now. We'll see you again next week. Yep, have a great week. We'll see you next Saturday. Bye. Bye.